Yo audience, today we're talking about Made in Abyss. With the series finale right around the corner, it's time to ask the real questions. Is it worth your time? Should you watch it? Find out today on Texas Smash. What's up guys, Kronos here with Texas Smash, and I am so excited to talk to you guys about Made in Abyss. My worth the watch videos are completely non-spoiler, as the point of making these videos are to get you into or perhaps away from watching the series. However, from past comments on previous worth the watch videos, I can't help but notice that a lot of people who watch these videos have in fact already seen the anime. So with that in mind, I'm going to introduce something new to keep you guys tuned in till the end of the video. This video will keep the same non-spoiler format as all the previous Worth the Watch videos, but at the very end I will touch on my favorite scene for those of you watching who are current with the anime, or for those who don't care about spoilers. Before we dive into the video, please take the time to click that subscribe button if you are new or just haven't subscribed yet. Help Texas Smash reach that 500 subscriber mark. Even though it may not seem like a big deal, liking the video and or subscribing does so much to help support the channel and keep the content flowing. The story of Made in Abyss follows Riko, an orphan girl who lives in the town of Orth. This town was built to surround a giant hole descending deep into the earth and is the last unexplored territory on Earth. This hole, known as the Abyss, harbors both treasures and horrors for anyone brave enough to explore its depths, known as delvers or cave raiders. These treasures or relics are from ancient civilizations who lived at these depths thousands of years in the past. They are so advanced that they surpass human understanding and are the most valuable things on the planet. Riko's mother was regarded as one of the best delvers of all time, however she is presumed dead after taking her final descent years ago. Riko has hope that her mother is alive and is waiting for her at the bottom of the abyss and desires to become a cave raider. That desire gets put on the fast track when Riko meets a strange boy who she later names Reg. Reg is unable to recall any of his past memories before meeting Riko. However, Riko and Reg determine that Reg must be from the abyss based off a sketch left by Riko's mother showing a robot-like creature from the abyss heavily resembling Reg. Reg thus shares Riko's desire to explore the abyss, and with his robotic-like arm, which can function like a grappling hook, among other things, they decide to dive into the abyss despite not going through the proper training that professional delvers must complete before entering the abyss formally. The abyss is comprised of 7 layers. Each layer has its own ecosystem, and dangers become much worse as one descends down the abyss. Not to mention, the deeper one goes, the harder it is for them to return due to what's called the strain of ascension. The consequences of ascending the abyss increase depending on how deep the person is. So whether you're going up or going down, the abyss is dangerous as hell. Fortunately, Reg, due to his unknown origins, is immune to the curse of the abyss and vows to protect Riko on their journey. Made in Abyss comes off as a very kid-friendly anime at the beginning. It's not what it seems. The way the plot eases into the more mature and brutal scenes is so well done and unlike any anime you've ever watched. Since the story unfolds in this way, it also creates a very unique character relation for the viewers. At the beginning of the show, everything is fine, and it doesn't come off as a show that would get too twisted. You let your guard down subconsciously, and you get introduced to the main cast in such a lighthearted environment. That makes things just hit different when later in the story some unthinkable horror is befalling a character. 2 of my least favorite things when watching an anime are 1, when a show is too scared to go there from a darkness perspective, and 2, the other end of the spectrum, when the show is simply dark for the sake of it. Made in Abyss is neither. Anything can happen in the show, from the most charming to the most brutal moments, and it is a genuine story at the same time. An adventure anime with thriller and horror elements make Made in Abyss truly one of a kind. What better way to cover the world building and artwork of Made in Abyss than by taking a closer look at the abyss itself? The abyss is a colossal pit discovered 1900 years ago. It has a diameter of about 1,000 meters and is at least 20,000 meters deep, with its exact depth being currently unknown. These are the 7 layers of the abyss, starting at the top, going down. Depths of the Abyss, Forest of Temptation, Great Fault, the Cup of Giants, Sea of Corpses, the Capital of the Unreturned, final maelstrom. Each and every one of these layers has its own plot and its own beautiful artwork depicting the landscape and ecosystem. Of course, the danger itself grows the deeper we get, but aside from that, the thrill and wonder is something new each time Rico makes it to a new layer. It's like you're being surprised by a gift, but 7 times over, and it's the same gift. And while you sit there oohing and eyeing at the beautiful artwork and mystery of a new layer, you never forget that there's also new dangers, and you're just as much nervous as you are excited, especially at the deeper levels. The Abyss is a nightmarish wonderland. Last but not least, I cannot make a Made in the Abyss video without talking about the music. The soundtrack is one of the absolute best in all of anime. It fits the show so well, and that is something that is difficult to do for any anime, but especially for Made in Abyss with its wide spectrum of genre elements. It's really the bow that ties up all the wonderful things that Made in Abyss does so well. I thought about what I would say for negative points about this video for a long time, and honestly, I cannot think of anything bad to say about Made in Abyss. I go into every Worth the Watch video with the goal of presenting you guys with what the show does and doesn't do well, so that you can decide if you want to watch it. That said, I can't force myself to put a negative here when I can't see any major flaw with the show. Made in Abyss is an underrated gem of an anime. Well, maybe I shouldn't say it's underrated because Google has it at 4.5 out of 5 and Mal has it at 8.7 out of 10. It's not surprising that for all the people that have seen Made in Abyss to be praising it so highly. I guess I still feel like it's underrated, not because of bad reviews or anything like that, but because I feel like not enough people have actually seen it. Don't overlook this anime. Do yourself a favor and start watching today. Texas Smash is giving Made in Abyss a 9 out of 10. Start binging ASAP, top shelf. That about wraps up this episode of Worth the Watch. I hope you guys enjoy the beauty, mixed with adventure, mixed with traumatizing aspects of Made in Abyss. Season 2 will conclude the series and comes out July 2022. Make sure to catch up on Season 1 and the movie, Dawn of the Deep Soul, before starting the second season. The movie is not something you can skip. It's canon material that will not be covered in Season 2. If you made it all the way through the video, then you, my friend, are plus ultra. Now is the time to tap out if you don't want spoilers. For those that have seen the anime already and are watching this video, or if you just don't care about spoilers, stick around just a little longer to hear me talk about my favorite scene of Made in Abyss so far. There are so many moments to pick from as far as my favorite part, but after putting some thought into it, I have to say the poison scene was the first time the show really shook me to my core. It is unforgettable. Rico bleeding from her eyes and ears, with her arms swollen up to 3 times its normal size. Reg having to fight through his tears and muster the strength to cut his best friend's arm off. Wait, nope, not that easy. He needs to break her bone first and then cut off her arm, all while Rico is conscious. What started off as a bright and fun adventure has now led to this. And believe me, I know it gets even worse after the Cup of Giants, but man, this scene sent shivers down my spine. This was the moment where things got real, and the hook of intrigue in my mouth has now pierced my cheek after seeing this. I didn't enjoy what was happening on screen, but at the same time, I suffered through it much like Rico and Reg had to do, and I knew there was no turning back on this anime. I had to see Rico's journey through to the end. Feel free to let me know what your favorite moment was in the comments, but I do ask that you start with a clear spoiler warning to be courteous to those who want to be surprised. That's it for this one. I'll see you next time on Texas Smash.